Life doesn't always go as we planned. Sometimes, we find ourselves in seasons of waiting, wondering when God will answer our prayers. Other times, we face trials that make us question if God is even listening. Maybe you've been waiting for a breakthrough in your life. Maybe you're praying for healing, restoration, or direction, but it feels like God is silent. Or maybe you feel stuck, unsure of what to do next. But here's the truth. God is never late. His timing is perfect, even when we don't understand it. And if you're in a season of waiting or uncertainty, God is calling you to trust Him like never before. Trust Him when you don't see the answer. Isaiah 55:8-9 says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." God sees the full picture. He knows what's best for you. And while you may not see the answer now, it is working behind the scenes. Think about Abraham and Sarah. God promised them a child, but years passed and nothing happened. It seemed impossible, but God had a plan. And at the right time, Sarah gave birth to Isaac. God fulfilled His promise. Maybe you feel like time is running out. Maybe you're wondering if God has forgotten you. But just like He was faithful to Abraham and Sarah, He will be faithful to you. The power of waiting on God. Psalm 27:14 says, "Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord." Waiting is not wasted time. It's a season of preparation. Think about Joseph. God gave him a dream that he would become a great leader. But before the dream became a reality, he was betrayed by his brothers, sold as a slave, and thrown into prison. For years, nothing seemed to make sense. But God was preparing him for something greater. And at the right time, Joseph was elevated to a position of power. God's timing was perfect. If you're in a season of waiting, don't lose hope. God is preparing you for something greater. Trust Him. Overcoming fear and doubt are the biggest obstacles to faith. They whisper, "What if things don't work out?" They make us question if God is really in control. But 2 Timothy 1:7 reminds us, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Fear is not from God. Doubt is not from God. When Peter walked on water, he was full of faith at first. But the moment he took his eyes off Jesus and focused on the storm, he began to sink. That's what happens when we let fear take over. But even when Peter was sinking, Jesus reached out His hand and pulled him